started looking into airsoft to go along with your self-defense pistol training, real steel guns, it can either be super cheap or it can be really expensive. And so I'm going to talk about a few of the basics and just what's out there a little bit, and just talk about some of the philosophy to help you to find out what's right for you when it comes to airsoft training. Now, airsoft comes in a lot of different configurations and really, and again, in price range. It goes all the way from like a novelty item, which my 8-year-old son picked one of these up at a gun show, and it was really cheap. I've seen these online for like $2.99. This one actually, it'll function, the spring works, but you know, it's just really cheap. And of course, for $2.99, you can't expect anything else. For training purposes, I can't see any reason to buy this, but this is just where the bottom, and this has given airsoft kind of a bad reputation. Now here we move up to a spring pistol, and this actually has a metal frame to it. The slide's plastic, but it's made in the same configuration as a Beretta, the 92. In fact, the grip angle and everything, it even has Beretta and the symbol on here. This was made in China. Functions well, it even breaks down. But these pistols are fairly inexpensive. You can get them around the $30 range or less. So you know, this is something that's just, and actually it's not too bad as far as accuracy. We just want to move up here to a Glock. This was one that I've had for a while, and it's actually an exact clone to the Glock pistol. It fits all my holsters, it does everything, and it's a spring action pistol, and that means I have to cock it every time. But really, it's not a bad training tool. This is really getting into some of your training mode right here with this type pistol. And these are not very expensive as well. And then, of course, we get into the real replica pistols like this KWA 1911. They're not cheap. They're very expensive. This is a gas blowback. And I've had a couple of reviews on it, and of course, and also on this H&K USP. And this is even licensed by H&K. So we're just going to talk about some of the things that you need to look for and where to start. If you've seen my reviews on some of these pistols, they run around the $180 range. And you're like, man, you are crazy. I don't really know that I even want to do airsoft. Why do I want to spend that kind of money? I will say that there is definitely a huge training advantage when using these really quality pistols. Here's the thing, you may not want to get into airsoft. You may just want something to kind of train with, to test the waters. And I would consider a spring pistol to be one that they're very inexpensive. It does fire about 220 feet per second, which is not bad. The accuracy is not bad as well. I was shooting it, I was having to raise the sights a little bit, but it was going about 50-60 feet. A considerable difference, but really it fits all my holsters. In fact, this is a real Glock Model 17. Of course, the back plate is broken. I've had this one, like I say, for a while, but everything pretty much falls in line. This would be more of a second gen. It doesn't have the finger grooves, but I have second gen pistols. So this really correlates with my training for my Glock. And yet it's an all plastic. This is not a very expensive pistol, but it is, you cock it. If you want to shoot it, you've got to cock it. Some people ask me about trigger pulls on these airsoft. They're not really comparable to the real pistol as far as I'm concerned, or as far as what I've experienced so far. So, you know, there is a lot of training advantages with airsoft, but it's not going to replicate the feel of a real steel pistol when it comes to firing the pistol. Now, while I don't have an electric pistol, this is an electric rifle, and it's actually a Crossman. And bought this at Dick's Sports. I'm even going to do a review on this one. It's the R73 Pulse, fully automatic. $59, guys, $59, and it gives you all the same, it gives you the feel. The weight's low. You can hear the BBs in the hopper. All the BBs go in here. Even has an extendable, collapsible buttstock. I'm really looking to get one with a lot more of the functions to simulate it better. But as far as something to start out with, I would highly recommend something like this. You know, it's just where you want to go with your training, how much money you want to invest in training with airsoft. And one thing I would highly recommend is whatever pistol that you are carrying, to maybe go with that style in airsoft. And let's just take this Serpa holster, for instance. This is my Glock 17 Serpa holster. Well, this airsoft pistol fits right in it and functions the same. And that way I can draw and fire and then reholster, getting the same feel for what I'm doing with my Glock 17. Concealed carry option. Fits in my holster as well, just like my Model 17 does. So I can train without training with a loaded weapon, or not a loaded weapon, but with a real steel gun. I can still train, get the same feel for it, and be able to just get some time that I may not have, may not be able to go out to the range. May just have, go out in the backyard and handling a nice pistol. Now, if you're wanting to go with something like this is actually my older son. He bought this a few years ago. You can see that he's really used it a lot. They have a lot of fun with these. Really the accuracy is not too bad, and you may not be able to find a holster for this. The slide is not in the same configuration as a Beretta, but it does fit in these holsters. Even the magazine will fit in the little magazine hold. But just a cheap, inexpensive gun going in a cheap, inexpensive holster, and it just gives you some time with handling a pistol, shooting, drawing, and that can translate into the real thing. One of the things that I really would like to talk about, this is kind of close to my heart, are the guys in other countries who are not allowed the privilege to own firearms and to shoot, and have gone to Airsoft to enjoy the feel and to simulate a lot of what goes on with combat and having fun with self-defense and doing a lot of the skirmishes. A lot of you guys will be more than willing to run out and pay $175, $160, $175. These Airsoft pistols can run up to over $400. And some of us guys here in the States who can buy a pistol for that kind of go, wow, that's kind of expensive. But really, you're getting what you're paying for. And, like I say, if you're in another country where you can't afford to shoot, or you're not even able to shoot a real firearm, this is a very nice surrogate. And if you ever do get the chance to shoot, it will help you. It will vastly improve your skill at that time, if you ever go to a place where you can shoot. One of the things that is kind of an advantage, I guess a pro of having spring load, is you don't have to worry about batteries. You don't have to worry about recharging your gas. It's just pull it and then fire. Inexpensive. This one has a metal barrel insert, so but everything else is plastic. Feels plastic, sounds like plastic, but it also has that Glock grip angle, so also Glock mag release. Now, you don't have the Glock slide release. It won't even come back all the way, but it does give you the same Glock sight picture as far as the shape of the sights. Of course, you have your high dollar gas guns like this KWA 1911. I have done a whole review on this gun if you want to check it out on my channel. But the thing about this is it has all the exact same controls, even breaks down like a regular 1911, except for the way the recoil spring works. But it's, as far as taking the slide off, functions the same as a regular pistol. Safeties, everything. Single action. Blowback action, you have some recoil, you have the slide functioning back and forth. This really simulates training much better than some of the spring-loaded pistols, so I definitely would recommend this as far as really serious training. Now we have this H&K USP. This is licensed by H&K, so that should tell you something about the quality of this pistol immediately. And of course it functions just like the regular USP. Magazine in, safeties, everything. This is double action. Of course, where this exceeds in the training is just like with safety. Put the safety on, you want to put it on fire, then you have decocker. Even has the decocker on the pistol. This is really a professional training tool right here. As you can see, the slide functions, moves, everything. And the slide remains open. I would like to compare an electric pistol, but since rifle is what I have, I'm going to demonstrate this as well. This is the Crosman Pulse R73. I bought this at Dick's Sports. You can find them around, I think they were like $59, so they're not very expensive. But it shoots full automatic, and it has the hopper. And I'm going to do a little review on this gun in itself, but the sights are terrible on this gun. But it gives you all the feel of a regular M4 or AR-15, and it does shoot full automatic. But like I said, $59.95, but you can buy rifles similar to this that are exact, where you can even put the accessory rails here. You can put all kind of different Magpul. Magpul works through a lot of these guns with accessories. and they can run up to the 400 plus range. So for training for self-defense, I'm going to highly recommend airsoft as being an option, a very viable option. You can go in entry level, whatever you want to do, even like with a spring pistol, try it out, see what you think, and then you may be moving up more to a very nice pistol that has all the controls, all the features of what you carry on a day-to-day basis, or what you have in your home for home defense. I want to give a special thanks to Airsoft Armada for providing this pistol for review. Go to airsoftarmada.com and get a $5 off your price plus free shipping for all orders over $150. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more airsoft reviews and tactics. God bless America. Long live the Republic. For you, for supplementing your training in self-defense.